Hi, everyone. Welcome to this month's April Priestess Rise Up Prayer Collective. I'm so excited and honored to be gathered here with you, all of you who are here live, and all of you who are watching the replay. This is such a special offering in so many ways. And for me, this is something that came through prayer and meditation as I keep writing my book, my forthcoming book, Birthing the Priestess Within. And I was really when I wrote my first book, Answering Your Inner Calling, and now as I write this one, my guidance was always to share the teachings as I go along. So usually a lot of times what authors will do is they go through the whole writing process, they write the book, and then they start talking about the teachings in the book. And that's not how I've been led. And I really actually believe it's part of divine feminine leadership is that our journey of creation is part of the teaching. So this offering is to align us with that priestess path, that call to the priestess path, and also to start to anchor in these teachings that are coming through to me, that are, the teachings that you are birthing, to start bringing them into the earth plane. So thank you so much for being part of that journey with me. I'm gonna read some excerpts, share a little bit of a teaching from a process that's really important that I just this morning, my heart was like, this is what the focus will be. And of course, Reiki and activations and all of those wonderful things that we get to do together. So let's open up our space. So take some nice cleansing breaths. And as you do, just allow yourself to arrive in this present moment. And we do that 2 more times. Again, you're arriving in this present moment. And again, arriving in this present moment. And let's go ahead and do our Mudra of Presence. And we're just going to raise our hand up. If you haven't done this before, it's very easy. You can watch me the first time. So we just bring our hand down through the center and we affirm, we say, I am present, I am here. So let's do that 2 more times. I am present, I am here. I am present, I am here. And feel your heart lighting up. And when we declare that we are present, that's what we're declaring, that our heart, our true essence is here. In truth, it is always present. But our ego, our mind, our intellect can get us out of the present moment. Gets us out of the present moment all the time. So we're anchoring that we are here. We are present. We are here. And let's all of us together visualize, bring your awareness to your hips and your pelvis and your thighs and knees and ankles and feet. And visualize beautiful roots of light going down your legs and out the bottoms of your feet, deep into the earth. It's okay to use your imagination. And as your roots connect with Mother Earth, welcome your soul to start to clear and release anything that's unnecessary, any excess energy, any energy perhaps that isn't yours, anything that your soul's like, nope, you don't need this. You might know what it is, you might not. Give your soul, just allow your soul, trust your soul to be in charge of this release. You're releasing the unnecessary, and the earth will recycle and compost whatever you release. So allow that to happen, and know that throughout our gathering today, that will continue to happen, right? There's so much of this path, this priestess path, is about releasing the unnecessary, releasing the blocks to being those channels of unconditional love for yourself and for the world. So just let that happen. And as that happens, I invite all of us, all of you here live, all of you watching the replay, to extend our roots and create this beautiful network of roots with all of us, this beautiful collective energy. And this is a circle of connection, of empowerment. It's interdependent. There is no codependency here. There's no rescuing. There's no competition. This is a co-creative, sovereign space that we are creating. And it is so because we are intending it to be so. So as we do this, we get to benefit, right, from each of your own unique soul's medicine. For all of you have a unique soul's medicine that is part of your priestess path. You all do. So there's no competition because nobody else can channel your priestess medicine the way that you can. So it's not that it's better than others, it's just that it's unique. And the healing of the world is incomplete if yours is not shared. So just feel the collective energy. Again, all of you here live, all of you watching the replay. This beautiful, we're creating this beautiful I am presence together. And then let's breathe in. So just breathing it in, right? Take it in, this beautiful, your own essence. And this beautiful, I just see like a tapestry, right? That's made up of all of this beautiful medicine in this alchemical space. We get to benefit from each other's medicine. So just breathe all of that in through the bottoms of your feet, moving up your legs to your knees. I'm feeling a lot of guidance to go to our knees and to your hips and pelvis, and moving up your back, right? Moving up your back. And I'm seeing that Kundalini energy, right? That coiled serpent at the spine. So that energy moving up. In Christianity, a lot of times they would call it the Holy Spirit rising up, right? There's a lot of names, but that beautiful energy rising up, moving up to the crown of your head, cascading down into your beautiful heart as we bring the palms of our hands over our heart center. Breathe into your heart. Trust that you are receiving this transmission at exactly the right time. Whether you're here live, whether you're watching the replay. And as you breathe into your heart, welcome your own beautiful circle of empowerment to surround you. We know that your soul is always with you, your guardian angels, your ascended master guides and teachers, whoever it is that you connect with. Welcome them to surround you now in unconditional love. So this space resonates with that energy, unconditional love. So we're not opening this space to anything else. So these beautiful guides that come in, they resonate with unconditional love. So welcome your own beautiful circle of empowerment that's surrounding you. And I call to surround all of us, this beautiful circle of empowerment, pearlescent white light, beautiful magenta, pink, to surround our collective group, everyone watching this right now here live, everyone watching the replay, all of us surrounded in this circle of pure unconditional love of the divine. Surrounded with grace and the energy of miracles and healing, sovereignty, clarity, and protection that comes from really fully being aligned with your heart. So I feel that circle surrounding all of us, all this whole transmission. And take a moment to ask your heart, and you can say it in your mind or out loud. Remember, everyone's muted. And, with this webinar format, can't see you either. So, so if that makes you feel, I know sometimes I can feel more comfortable also if you're called to say something out loud, but asking your soul about your priestess path. So ask, beautiful soul, what do you want me to receive today? What do you want me to receive today about this priestess path I'm on? What are you here to give me? What am I to receive today? And just ask the question and know that you are answered. In this moment, you are answered, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. What are you receiving today? And then ask, beautiful soul, my beautiful inner priestess, what am I bringing to the group today? What am I bringing to the group today? And just receive that answer in your heart. And again, know that when you ask, you receive it right in that moment. It's okay if you're not consciously aware of it, but you are here with a gift to give. And I thank you for that. And so your gift might be presence, might be a beautiful open heart, might be compassion, might be joy, whatever it is. And so we are all gifted, right? You are gifted by the divine. You're gifted by your own priestess, inner priestess. And it is our responsibility, really, to give that gift. So thank you. Know that whatever clarity, details consciously you're meant to receive about that, you will. And of course, always feel free if there's something you want to share in the chat about that. So as we begin, I wanted to read the priestess blessing that I channeled for my book. And it was really, I haven't read it out loud in a long time. I did last year in the priestess mentoring program, but that some of you were part of. And so this blessing, as I was preparing today, I was like, oh, I'm going to read this out loud. So as I read it to you, my invitation is for you to take it in, receive it, and notice what lines, what words, as one of my teachers would say, pings you, right? And your soul is going to let you know. I'm not asking you to analyze, just receive it and just kind of notice like, oh, like that sentence or that word or that message really touched me, really pinged me, right? So this is called the priestess blessing. May you release whatever is blocking you from fully knowing the love of the divine, so that you can truly feel and embody the knowing of how special and beloved you are. May you understand that the divine has the same deep, infinite love for everyone and is calling you, yes, each of you, to, with your life, with your teachings, with your presence, to wake up others and remind them of how cherished and loved they are. May you always remember that the priestess path is about being ambassadors of the divine here on earth, of being a beacon of light that draws others in with your love. For this is the number one responsibility and mission of the priestesses of the world, to remind others of how intimately known and unbelievably loved they are by spirit. And my dear priestess sisters and brothers, may you remember that you have taken a vow to always reflect that unconditional love to yourself and to others, knowing that you will break that sacred vow every day, but committing to renewing that vow over and over again until the day comes in this or perhaps another lifetime where you finally accept how glorious we all are. Welcome back, beloved ones. The world needs you. So just breathe that in. Take in that blessing. And as you take it in, notice again what words touched you, What words woke up something? What words pinged you? Perhaps there were parts of it that you felt resistance to or discomfort. That's okay. Just notice. And the part of this that's really speaking to me for our group is this part of, may you remember that you have taken a vow to always reflect that unconditional love to yourself and to others. That's such a huge invitation, right? That wait, I'm saying that I'm always going to express that unconditional love to myself and to others. But then it's followed by knowing that you're going to break that sacred vow all the time. I break it all the time. Like but we're committed to recommitting to that. That's the priestess path. It's not that we're deluding ourselves or fooling ourselves or putting some sort of weird perfectionistic thing on us that, oh, I shall never judge myself. I shall never judge others. Because the truth is, if that was true for us, now we would already be ascended masters. We're ascended masters in training. So my prayer with this book and when this mission chose me, and I know I chose it before coming into this lifetime, of inviting people, calling people, reminding them that they are being called to the priestess path, whether you use that word or not. That, oh, wow, part of that is that I have taken a vow. And who is this vow to? This isn't you're not taking a vow to me. Like this is a vow to our own beautiful soul, to the divine, because that is who we are. So what is that commitment that we said, I will channel unconditional love to myself and to the world always. That is my mission. And then yet followed by, and I know I am human and I forget that I am divine. And so I break that vow all the time. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to judge myself for it. I'm not going to give up or like, oh, forget it. This is too big. No, I'm going to keep recommitting. I'm going to keep going back, knowing that I'm not being judged by God in any way. So this beautiful blessing and this beautiful reminder is so essential. And I know that it is in the coming back. It is when you notice I'm judging myself. And by the way, that's the hardest part of this, is the unconditional love to ourselves. So when you catch yourself berating yourself, judging yourself, or you catch yourself judging others, and we all do this. Again, not to repress it, not to pretend it's not happening, not to beat yourself up for it, but to notice it. And use that as a way to open your heart to compassion and go deeper into this path. So just take some nice breaths. When I'm being reminded, I meant to say this before. I'll say it now. Before I read this, I wrote it. Where did it go? No, it's not here. Okay, I'll just say it. Here we go. This was supposed to go first. So I just want to remind everyone, all of you who are here live, all of you watching the replay, that anything I read from my forthcoming book, Birthing the Priestess Within, is copyrighted. And all rights are reserved. No part of this excerpt or any excerpt that I read can be reproduced or transmitted in any form without permission from the author, which is me. So just really, I'm really asking all of you to honor that. And obviously my heart led me to do these monthly teachings and to share this. So I trust that it is all being done in integrity and that it is all surrounded in grace and love. But I just wanted to say that here and add it for the recording. So going back to that priestess blessing, breathing it in Feeling your heart being tenderized. That's the word that's coming, being tenderized. Feeling your heart opening as I feel the Divine Mother stepping in. And the Divine Mother, of course, has so many forms. Kuan Yin, there's, Green Tara, there's Mother Mary. And in this moment, I'm sure not surprising, many of you, I'm really feeling her presence as, feeling Mother Mary, that ascended master, high priestess that she is. And she is standing, with her mudra, right? Her open arm mudra, her heart open. And remembering what I said before, ascended masters had human lives and they went through all sorts of initiations, just as you are going through. And they ascended, they are here to support us. They understand the human journey and they are walking embodiments of unconditional love. So of course, on this path, this priestess path, we are invited to mentor with these ascended masters. Why would we not? So perhaps Mother Mary isn't the one that you connect with really strongly, and that's okay. Ascended masters have no ego. They're not hurt or offended or any sort of way or jealous or any of that. But she is who's here right now. So I'm just have to be authentic to that. And I just feel her, she's standing there with her heart open, her arms open wide. So strong. And I just hear her message as a stand firm. And she's saying, stand firm with your message, with your heart. Stand firm in this commitment of learning. And she's saying of remembering, because you already know how to do this. We just get brainwashed out of it. Of learning how to love yourself unconditionally. And then naturally extend that unconditional love to others. So that message, stand firm. And it's so interesting because I see, all of us standing firm. And yet, this is the beauty of Mother Mary and all of these ascended masters, is that it isn't stand firm and be rigid and pretend you're not sad or angry or upset. That is the ego. That is the wounded, both wounded feminine and wounded masculine. This is stand firm in your heart and be sober and lucid and clear about your truth in this moment. And if your truth is, I am grieving, then so it is. And that's okay. If your truth is, I am saying yes to this priestess calling, but I have parts of me that are terrified, that's okay. So it's this teaching. You can stand firm and have compassion for everything, all the initiations that are swirling around you, all of the emotions that are coming up or have been coming up for you will continue to come up as you continue to say yes to leadership. Because the priestess path looks different for everyone and leadership looks different for everyone, but it is a path of leadership. It is a path of being seen, maybe not in front of a camera, maybe not on stage, but in some way you are being seen. This is a path that is generous. What does that mean? It means that your ascension, your awakening is not just for you alone. And that is a very vulnerable path because it means that you are sharing in an appropriate way. You are sharing your tender moments. You are sharing your vulnerability, not with the energy of venting or take care of me, but with this beautiful authenticity that is compelling, that is medicine. So Mother Mary is here. She's like, stand firm. So breathe that in. Stand firm. And it's okay if you're sitting or lying down. So get ready to step into an activation here, a healing. So just check in with your body and notice how you would receive it with the most ease, whether sitting or lying. And however you move your body, the message is still here. Stand firm. I invite all of you, all of us, this whole circle, all of you here live, all of you watching the replay, to step into a receptive space. What does that mean? Is that you are stepping into this place of receiving, receiving, receiving. And just hearing that message from Mother Mary like a mantra. Stand firm. Stand firm in your love. Stand firm in your truth. Stand firm in your grace. Visualize your beautiful heart. There's a spotlight. I'm seeing this beautiful spotlight of golden rose golden light infusing your heart center. And as that happens, what's coming forward is you're going to journey into your own heart temple. And so envision, all of us take a moment to envision that beautiful infinity symbol underneath you. You're sitting right at the center point of infinity. If those of you who haven't seen the cover of my book, you can look and you see she's sitting on that infinity point. So you're sitting on that infinity point. Again, you can be lying down if you want, but you're in your mind's eye. See yourself sitting on that infinity point. And in front of you appears a beautiful temple. And I'm seeing this beautiful temple that's made of rose quartz. It's this beautiful temple made of rose quartz. The entryway is like the shape of a circle almost. So this beautiful rose quartz temple in front of you. And you might notice other details. And as you look at this temple, you understand that is your heart. That is the temple of your heart. It is your own heart's temple. So let's just take some breaths to take that in. Wow, you're there, you are before, in front of your heart's temple. Mother Mary, who is just this, right, unconditional love, who is this divine mother energy who has so much faith and trust in you, who is not afraid of any of your emotions, who's just open to all of it. She stands there with you. And you're invited to step into your heart's temple. So just see yourself standing, going to your temple, to the entryway of your heart, and you step in. It is the most natural thing for you to do. It is your heart. It is your heart's temple. You are meant to journey there all the time. Many of you have already. This is another layer. So go inside this temple that is your heart. Step inside and just allow yourself to breathe. And as you breathe, create more space. So you're creating more space so your heart's temple feels spacious. Spacious. And I'm sending Reiki to just feel, expand your heart's temple. So nothing feels overwhelming. It's just like spaciousness as you step inside your heart's temple. So there you are at the center of your heart's temple. And as you are inside, it is lit up. So you're starting to see more of it. Like, oh, there's all this light, this soft pink light in your heart's temple. And you're asking, beautiful soul, my beautiful soul, that, you know, your soul called you to this priestess path. If you're watching this, you're being called to the priestess path. Again, you don't have to call yourself that, but you're being called to it. So you're saying, beautiful soul, what do I need to look at? What are you showing me in my heart's temple that needs tending, that needs love, that needs healing? So just ask that question, and your soul knows exactly what it is. Like, ask your soul to show you. And you know, I see, now you might hear specifics. Maybe you're like, your soul tells you a specific memory or a specific situation, or you might just see symbols. You might see part of your heart's temple that looks a little neglected. Like, I see what I'm seeing through my mind's eye as a collective energy here for us. There's some parts of the heart temple that look like there's like spider webs, like it look like, oh, you need to spend a little more time there. There's some parts that look bruised. There's so much beauty, so much light, and there's some parts that there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just like, oh yeah, that was just, I went through this initiation and my heart got a little beat up. My heart's temple got a little beat up. You know, my and then because I wanted to protect it, I maybe I closed it down a little or a lot. So as you're here, we're asking the collective soul energy, we're asking the divine to bring this beautiful healing, this healing light to touch whatever parts of your heart temple are ready for healing. I'm seeing a lot of fire, like a lot of parts of the heart temples that look burnt. So there's this holy fire that's coming in, this sacred fire that's coming in. That fiery mother love, right? That fiery mother love of just bringing in that energy of the phoenix rising. So your mind might want to go to analysis and intellectualizing. It's okay. Like, okay, that's what the brain does. But go stay in your heart, just feeling this beautiful, beautiful healing that the divine Mother, Father, God, Creator is infusing your heart with. And I'm feeling, you know, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Isis, Hathor, Green Tara, White Buffalo Woman, all these beautiful divine feminine ascended masters, Mary Magdalene, surrounding your heart's temple, and they're surrounding it with this sovereignty, this energy of sovereignty and grace. Remembering that message, stand firm. So stand firm in your heart's temple without apology, without shame, without any sort of tentativeness. This is your heart's temple. This is your divine birthright to be able to dwell in it, to be able to feel it, and to be able to heal it. So this beautiful light coming in, infusing your heart. Your heart becoming more expansive, creating more space. Why is space important? Creating space is one of your sacred gifts. God, the divine goddess, is always creating. So I've talked about this before, but I'm going to repeat it now. I won't go into it too much, but you're evolving from that energy of like holding space. Holding space eventually overwhelms. Holding space tends to come from this limited mindset. So we are moving into creating space. You are a divine being that can create space. So feel your heart, how it's creating space. And it's creating space around everything and anything that you feel is overwhelming, around anything that you're too scared to look at, around anything that you're like, oh my gosh, I've been working on healing this forever and ever and ever. And maybe a part of you thinks it's never going to heal. Create this beautiful, sacred, holy space around it. And we're just receive the grace of the divine, just filling it with light. Recognizing that sometimes we are attached to our wounds. Sometimes we've carried a wound for so long that it feels so familiar that there can be fear of letting it go. So we recognize that, we are honest with ourselves, we are sober. There's no shaming, it's part of the human journey. And of course, this is your free will choice, but if you feel ready to say, I am willing to heal any wound in my heart that I have been afraid to heal. I am willing to heal any wound in my heart that I have been afraid to heal. I am willing to heal any wound in my heart that has become so familiar that it scares me to let it go. I am willing to heal any wound in my heart that feels like a bonding experience with people in my life. I'm willing to heal any wound in my heart that somehow makes me feel loyal to people that I love. I am willing to heal any wound in my heart, beautiful soul, that you are highlighting for me today. Because I trust you, right? Because you trust that your soul knows exactly what will bring you the most blessings and joy, and what will bring all of the people you are here to help and support the most blessings and joy. So this is an act of trust and courage. And if you recognize that you are too scared, it's okay. If you recognize that you have a lot of fear and you're not ready to say that prayer, then maybe for you is prepare me. Beautiful divine, make me ready. I am willing to become ready to say that prayer. So just feeling your heart's temple. So much light, so much love, so much space. And seeing this beautiful infinity symbol that is now inside your heart's temple. This infinity symbol is activating your heart. It is attuning your heart to this beautiful balance of giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving, giving and receiving, all aligned with your soul. So it's clearing, rescuing, it's clearing codependency, it's clearing people pleasing, it's clearing all of those addictions that we have, part of the human journey we have become intoxicated with. So this infinity symbol is clearing that as it spins in your heart center. And it's realigning you with the truth of your heart's medicine, which is that as you give, you receive, as you receive, you give. So as you sit in your heart's temple now, see your heart temple, your heart's temple, more radiant than it was when you entered it. And we're going to take a moment of silence. And I'll put the timer and I'll be praying and sending Reiki as you spend some time communing with your heart temple. Your own heart temple has something to tell you, something to share with you that can be received in the silence of a sacred moment. So I'll just put the timer for a minute and just let yourself dwell in your heart's temple and just receive. And please know that perhaps you will just feel energy or just see images or just have a sense of something happening. That's okay. You will get the details, whatever details you need to consciously know at the right time. So there's no pressure of like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to my heart's temple. I need to hear all these profound truths. No, it's going to happen. It's happening already. You're just enjoy this time, this uninterrupted time in your heart's temple. So I'm going to put the timer and begin. Take some nice breaths. Thank your heart's temple and feel your heart thanking you. And just see your temple dissolving in light. And of course, it goes in your heart. Your temple travels with you always. And if you have a journal, something to write with, take a moment, if it feels right, to write down anything, any words. It's so easy after we get out of this space to forget or to dismiss the messages. So just take a moment to write down anything that might have come through. And just start writing your last words, just kind of finish that. And if you know that you need to write more, come back to this, right? It was so interesting for me as I was doing that and creating space, and as you were connecting with your heart's temple, of course, my heart temple started showing me images, and my heart's temple was just flooded with water. It was like all this water was going through it, and at first it kind of scared me a little bit, and I knew, my heart was saying, this is just all this grief, all this sadness that is being released, not just in this moment, but I've been experiencing a lot of that these last weeks. And so and Isis really stepped in, and she was saying, don't be scared of all of this water. And she showed me like the river Nile in Egypt, that was so important. And all of that water really blessed the crops, right? Really brought in prosperity and abundance. So the message for me, and I share this in case this resonates with you at all, it was like all of these tears, all of this grief, all of this emotion that's flowing through you is watering, is blessing all of your creations, is all. And so there was this kind of sense of peace, like, okay, like I feel that. I feel that. So I just wanted to just share that. So taking some nice breaths. Your heart might feel very warm. I know mine does. And I'm just bringing my awareness down to your lower spine, to your pelvis and hips. It's really important. I'm hearing a lot of like grounding, not only because that's physically safer, but also so that this transmission, this connection with your heart, this healing brings tangible results into your life, right? Creates change. We are birthing heaven on earth. We are not interested in just having cool moving meditations and then everything stays the same in our lives for ourselves and others. That would really just be self-indulgent. Well, the priestess path is here to create new paradigms, new systems, to birth that earth of unity consciousness. So moving down to the base of your spine, your hips and your pelvis, bring your awareness there. If you need to bring your hands to that part of your body, do so. If you tend to be more open up here, like for me, it's always been a journey of grounding, because I was so open up here. So, and if you've experienced trauma, those of us who've experienced trauma, and really we've all experienced trauma, but part of the way we take care of ourselves, especially as children, when we're experiencing that trauma, is we disassociate, or we disconnect from our body. We go up here. So come into your hips and your pelvis and your navel, your womb space. If you've experienced trauma that has harmed that part of your body in any way, whether physically, energetically, I mean, if it's harmed physically, we know it's energetic. So all of it, as many of us have, again, we're bringing this beautiful healing medicine of compassion and love to this part of your body. See that infinity symbol right around your hips. So see one loop, left hip, right hip, the infinity symbol, gentle. It's not spinning right now. It's just like very gentle, grounding you, connecting you to the earth. It is safe for you to be present. It is safe for you to connect with your body. It is safe for you to take up space. It is safe for you to be seen. And, again, bringing in that beautiful message from the Sophia Code, which, if you don't know, the Sophia Code is a beautiful sacred transmission. channeled by Kyra, one of my mentors. And so in the book, one of the lines is, "It is safe for you to remember and reveal who you are now." So as your awareness there is in your hips and in your pelvis, and that infinity symbol is there, that is what's happening. You're remembering, it is safe for me to remember and reveal who I am now. It is safe for me to remember and reveal who I am now. It is safe for me to remember and reveal who I am now. So I'm just sending Reiki to that part of your body. You're grounded, you're anchored, you're safe. And then let that energy go down to your thighs, your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles and feet, heels, bottoms of your feet, toes. Very grounded and present. See those roots that went all the way to the heart of the earth. Notice how they're more expansive, they're stronger, they're helping you to stand firm, as Mother Mary said. And if you came in, later during the transmission and didn't watch the beginning, please make sure you go back and do that. And we very lovingly disconnect our roots from each other. All of you here live, all of you watching the replay. And again, feel your roots strong and deep and anchored, and your heart open. And that vow, that priestess vow of being a channel for unconditional love for yourself and for the world. That commitment we have taken together, knowing that we're going to break it, right? And it's okay. And it's like, we don't beat ourselves up about it. It's like, oh gosh, yeah, I forgot. Let me go back. That's the courage. That's the, what am I hearing? It's like, it's the courage. It's this beautiful divine humility. It's the path of training to be an ascended master, a bodhisattva, some people would say, is to not beat ourselves up, but not fool ourselves that we take this vow. And I know I have that as a prayer in my heart of being a channel of unconditional love for myself and for the world. And I know I touch into that in moments, and then I get away from it, but then I keep coming back. And it is in that coming back and coming back and coming back, but coming back with love, coming back with compassion, coming back not with like, what's wrong with me? Oh my gosh, this is never going to be done, and I do that too. But more and more, I'm learning to come back with love. That's like the Jedi training. That's what I wanted to say. I was like, it's coming. It's the Jedi warrior training of divine feminine leadership. That's what it is. Yes, there's other things that feel more like amazing, or, if we're doing a healing session or we're teaching or all these things, but all of that amazing stuff can only happen. It happens because of this, like, I'm committed to loving myself. Oh, I forgot. Let me love myself back into loving myself. When we understand like what a disease it is to be mean to ourselves, to judge ourselves, when we can have compassion, like, oh my gosh, I am so mean to myself sometimes. I am so dismissive of my pain sometimes. Like that I have so much compassion for that. Like, that's the Jedi training. So that's what being on the priestess path is. You're a Jedi. Breathe. Stand firm as Mother Mary is inviting us to stand firm. See your aura as that cocoon of light that surrounds you. Calling in Archangel Michael as he cuts cords. seals your aura. We ask your beautiful guides, Mother Mary, angels, Kuan Yin, whoever you connect with, your ascended master guides, your mentors, to walk with you always, and especially after this session to help it integrate safely on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all space and time, across all dimensions of time. Just kind of seal that. And we bring the palms of our hands together. We bow to each other. Really, really bowing to each other. Everyone here live, everyone watching the replay. And feel your soul bowing back to you. Feel all these ascended masters, great reverence bowing to you, thanking you for your courage and your commitment, for your vulnerability. And we end with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. So I have a few cards to pull, of course, and drink some water. If you have some water, I'm going to drink some water. Thank you. I'm just reading somebody saying about receiving trust and compassion, giving joyful presence. Thank you. Fortitude, love that. Thank you. You're welcome. It's been great. So, couple of things before the cards. What was it? I had a paper of notes of this and it's not here. So I'm remembering. Okay, so what were the reminders? There's a lot of things, lovely events coming up this month. There's a lot. There's one on Saturday. There's the Tuesday luncheon for those of you who are local. It's my first in-person event in a long, long time. That's next Tuesday at the center. I'll also be at Solder World Live. So you can, sign up for my newsletter, go to my Facebook page, Lisa ESP23, and you can see all the events there, or on my website, lisaespinosa.net. One thing I really want to talk about a little bit is that Divine Mother Retreat next month in May. That's Friday, May 7th, 10 to 12:30. It's the, fiery mother love. This year, Our Lady of Guadalupe is the overlighting mentor for the retreat. And I'm really, feeling her fiery energy, right? Her message, am I not here who am your mother? Am I not here who am your mother? That's what she just keeps telling me. She's like in my heart. And so I know it's always a special event, the Divine Mother retreats. And I know this one is as well. And there's so much momentum that has been gathered through all of the offerings that I've done, through all of my initiations, through everything that's going on with me and with the collective, and just the readiness of the earth and how much our light is needed in the world, that these offerings, I just feel they just become more potent, more powerful, more loving, more graceful. So I would love, love, love to see you. If several of you have enrolled already, there's still time, and the replay will be available. That's Friday, May 7th, 10 to 12:30:65. Yes, and you can read all the details. And she just keeps telling me more about it every time. So, all right, so let's pull a few cards. And so first card, let's do the Surrender deck. This is from Dr. Judith Orloff. And I'll just go over it just a little bit. Okay, here we go. I think we've gotten this one before. So surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Look at her. So I just feel that, like, I love her arms. Her heart is open. She's leaping. I just feel like this is the heart temple. You're leaping into your heart's temple, right? For this inner peace. And that's what happens when we're expressing unconditional love to ourselves. We're not at war with ourselves. External wars, they are representations of our internal wars. War is not going to end by doing external things. I'm not saying it's not important to do external things, but they are all representing the inner war inside. So this path of inner peace, please know it's not this naive little self-indulgent thing. Like this is where it's at. Can we stop being at war with ourselves? That's what this is about. So let's do the Soulful Woman. Boundaries. I love this. My clear boundaries allow me to protect myself, nurture my intentions, and follow my true self. Look at this. So loving, so beautiful, and boundaries, right? Stand firm. Mother Mary's saying like stand. So Mother Mary's like loving all, you know, she's like awesome, so loving, so gentle. She's not like a little wallflower or like you can just walk all over her. Right? Like this is like we can lovingly have our boundaries. In fact, not we can, we're it's essential that we do. It's essential that we know what is our yes, what is our no. Right? And then one last one, and then we will end. And that was from the Soulful Woman deck, by the way. I always want to name the decks. And water elemental. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively due to the changes in my life. Look at this mermaid. So let me read that again. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in my life. So you're going through changes, or you're going to be going through changes, and just allow your intuition to lead you, to let you, to guide you to be in that flow, right? The flow of your soul. Trust that flow. All right. Thank you, everyone. Again, it's always such a joy, and I hope to see you in any of the any or all of the many offerings coming up. First one is this Saturday. Bye, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.